Okay, so let's take a look at how you can set up the CockroachDB cloud instance. So for that, what we'll do is we'll go to Cockroach Labs, then we will click on Start Instantly. Now this should allow us multiple options. Can use serverless option or dedicated or even self-hosted. So self-hosted means you have to download it or set it up on your own in your VPS. Alternatively, there is also desktop based version you can try. So what I will do is I will just click on CockroachDB Serverless, start instantly. Then here you will have option to register, right? So considering up to 5 GB we have free, we can sign up using email. Can enter work email, password, or alternatively use Google, Microsoft, or GitHub option. Once you sign in, you will be presented with screen like this where you can see welcome to CockroachDB, right? Do you have an application to connect with CockroachDB? So you can say yes or no, I don't have any app. What brings you here today? So you can say I'm learning, right? So next. Now here you will see you have an instance, right? So you choose the serverless, considering everything is free here forever. No need to worry about those cloud charges, etc. You can keep using it to learn and test out your queries, right? So you can choose between AWS and GCP. So I will go with AWS, pretty simple. And also here you can choose the available set of regions. So if you are from any specific region around you, you can choose that. You can choose US or any Asian or even European cloud centers, right? Then you can choose the spend limit. Currently we are on free, so no need to worry about that. Cluster name is also auto generated, so you can keep it as it is. So there is nothing much you can do here, right, other than maybe paying for this dedicated instance, which is not required for learning. Click on create your free cluster. So here you see it will take a bit of time to set your cluster. Once set up, it will redirect you to this place. Now here you can see fastest way to try is using the command line tool, right? If you happen to use this on Windows, you will have to copy this command to PowerShell and execute, right? Once you do that, you can then connect here, right? There are also other connection options, right? So let's say I have to first create a user, right? So let's say if I choose username DevNami, right? So if I generate and save the password for this particular user, I can do that. So it will generate the password, then it will allow you to copy, right? You can also reveal the password, but I will just copy for now. Once you generate and save the password for your SQL user, you can click next. Now here you have your user, then you have default database. If you want to add new database, you can do so. Let's say we already have default DB, we can create new database. So let's name this database as something like, say if I want to create a table name called company and want to input some company data, so we can name this database something like HR demo, right? So let's say this is for human resource, so it will be HR demo. Click next, it will create the database. Now you are here, so you have option to connect to this particular database. Now what we can do here is you will have to copy and download this particular certificate in order to create, right? Can get the connection string, right? So you can use CockroachDB client or command line option, Python, JavaScript, Go, right? You can also use parameters, right? So let's say if I use command line option, I can copy and paste this into the PowerShell or terminal, right? And then I can use the command line cloudly to connect to cluster. So basically I will have to copy this command and then put up a password, right? As you can see, clicking on, just hovering over the reveal password would show the password, right? So what we can do here in this particular instance is basically download the latest cloud CLI, right? So we will basically just copy this, then go for terminal within Windows. So I'm using Windows 11 for now, and there is this terminal option, right? And it will help me connect to this particular cloud instance. So if I copy that particular line and paste it within here, let's see what happens. I assume it doesn't require any particular admin privileges, and all we have to do is just copy this entire thing, and then let's clear this and paste it here, right? So let me go to the first line, make sure there is not much space, because otherwise these things, as we are copying it from the web, it will copy the space as well, which would lead to errors, right? So not logged in, use cloud auth login. Okay, so cloud auth login, right? Press enter to continue logging using your browser, or control C. So we will hit enter and it will log in here. Okay, once you logged in, you will find that it will tell you thank you for logging in. You can close this window. So you can now see you are successfully logged in. Next thing would be coming back here. We can now close this, right? So we can close this. Now let's go here and again check what we have. So we have our instance here showing how much of space we have used, how many requests we have made. So currently you can see it will show you request units. So you can click here. Request units represent computation power used by a query. So all database operation cost a certain amount of request units. So based on that, you can see you have up to 10 million per month. So that's the limit you have, right? So what we can do here is we will connect to command prompt, and there we will do the CRUD operations. We can also see how many queries we made and how many SQL statements we executed. This is one of the reason I usually don't go for the cloud account to learn. However, I wanted to show exactly how the queries work and how you can do this entirely in cloud account. So for that reason I am actually trying this. If you want to do this purely on your desktop, you can do so. You can download the CockroachDB installer on your system and try everything offline as well. So we'll do this cloud as well as the desktop separately, right? So for now we managed to create the database within the CockroachDB as well. We have our user setup, we have our command line terminal setup, and we are ready to use CockroachDB on cloud. A few more things here. On the left hand side you have some of the options to explore as well, like the user that we created previously. You can edit, remove, add new user, etc. Then you have databases option. Currently we have two databases, one being default, another being the database that we just created. Then you have backup option, right? And as you can see, they are run hourly. There isn't much option out there for editing the frequency. Considering this is free setup, I, I think that is one of the reason they have limited us on that. Then there is migrations, right? You want to migrate without any error also, you can try these tools, right? Then you have jobs, so any cron job or some specific job that you wish to run regarding the database, you can go through that here. I'm not sure how much they will let you do that with free account, but if you happen to upgrade for some reason, then you would be able to handle all actions here, right? Then there is SQL activity, so the amount of queries executed, then transactions, sessions, all of that will be listed here, right? And you can even see that. So currently no statements were executed, so nothing to show, right? Then there is metrics, right? And finally we can see the actions at the top, right? You can delete the cluster, edit the spend limit, right? And also you can check the option to connect to that particular console where you can access your CockroachDB, right? We will take a look at that, but if you are still curious, you can click on connect, and here you can see you have option to connect with the username, then database, then you can choose the option cloud key, copy the connection options, right? And then close it, right? So that's one of the thing you can do. Simply copy it, then open terminal, and then here as you can see, simply paste anyway. But here you may notice that the last lines is undefined. Here you will have to put your password in order to connect, right? So you get the idea how to connect to CockroachDB Cloud SQL client, right? And let's see how to work with the SQL queries in CockroachDB.